I'm Justin.
I'm Travis.
Welcome to Wrestling Junkie. Alright, so we have our Royal Rumble 2023 predictions video. I'm really excited for this. One of my favorite pay-per-views in general. I think even a bad Royal Rumble is still a fun Royal Rumble. You have a lot of, have some crazy returns, some crazy surprises. You have a lot of things that happen here. And just it sets up the entire year. But yeah, what about you? What's your thoughts about it?
Yeah, last year it was SummerSlam that took over the best pay-per-view for me. But yeah, I guess we'll see tomorrow if this is going to take over. But yeah, Royal Rumble is always fun. The special guests are always pretty good, and I expect Triple H to pull out some really good people from other places. No telling where that could be from. We've seen Mickey James last year from TNA. So yeah, I'm interested to see who he's gonna bring out.
Yeah, and apparently there's reports on about how WWE was they were okay with announcing so many picks in advance because they were happy with their surprises. So it makes me more surprised and more excited for this pay-per-view. But yeah, going to our first match, which we're gonna go in the order of how we think the card's gonna go, and I think we're gonna start off with the Raw Women's Championship: Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss. Who do you have and why?
I love Bianca, first of all. I think she's kind of been carrying the women's division as far as talent. I think she's one of the best. But I'm gonna go with Alexa because I think something's gonna happen with her and Uncle Howdy during the match. I don't know what, but I expect something to happen between the two.
Yeah, I can definitely see Alexa win this match, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I think I'm gonna go kind of safe here and go Bianca. I would like to see how they would book an Alexa Bliss championship run. The other thing is I don't know how long it would last. Will this go to WrestleMania? Will this go beyond WrestleMania? Would it even end at Elimination Chamber? You don't know. So that's why I think it'd be interesting to see nonetheless.
I think that'll kind of depend on who wins the Women's Royal Rumble. I think if somebody like Becky wins the Women's Royal Rumble, which I don't know if she's been announced. I don't think she has been.
No, not yet.
But I'm assuming she'll be there.
Probably.
I'm assuming. But yeah, if somebody like her wins, then I think maybe it'll be shorter because I think she'll probably win at WrestleMania, depending obviously how they book everything. But yeah, I think that whoever wins the Women's Royal Rumble kind of depends on how long she holds it.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this match could be a good dark horse match where this could still match of the night. Obviously, it's hard when you have the two the most fun matches in a Royal Rumble match. So yeah, I'm excited for this match and hope to see who wins this match. And for our next match, we have LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt in a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. And this is going to be interesting. This is the first time we've seen a Pitch Black match, as far as I'm aware, on the main roster. I think they did something similar to it on NXT before. But yeah, who do you have and why?
I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt for the exact same reasons I took Alexa. I think definitely Uncle Howdy gets involved in this one, being that it's a pitch black match. It kind of makes sense for him to, for the Alexa Bliss match, I'm just kind of assuming, but for this match, it's almost a guarantee that he's going to come out, being that it's a pitch black match. I think he'll get involved in some way.
Another distraction from the crowd or something like that.
Something. No telling what. Maybe even Alexa comes in and helps him by the control of Uncle Howdy or whatever,
Yeah.
But I'm definitely expecting to see him get involved in this match in some shape or form.
Yeah, for this match, I think obviously it's every single match, but this can go 50-50 for me. They almost want to portray this as Bray's concept match where it's oh, it's in the dark, it's spooky, it's Bray Wyatt. But a part of it is LA Knight is a guy who they still want to prove to people as could be a big star in the future, and I think with the loss would hurt him just as much as it hurt Bray. So I'm really conflicted on this one. But I think I'll be different this one. I'll go with LA Knight. I love him. I think he's he's a great mic talker. He's great on the mic. Funny. I like him. But yeah, I definitely agree with you about how we can definitely see Uncle Howdy some way or some shape or form in this match.
And it's Bray Wyatt's first match back.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be another interesting thing if he loses his first match back in a match that's his match, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting for sure.
All right, and for our next match, we have Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens in a title match. I don't know what title match they're doing or for what belt they're doing. I'm looking for this one. What do you have and why?
I'm gonna go for the really safe pick and just say Roman. I don't expect him to lose here because I expect him to, if he is gonna lose, it'll probably be at WrestleMania, or if not WrestleMania, then after WrestleMania. Like, he's gonna lose sometime this year.
Yeah, for sure.
I would hope so, at least, because he's held it for like a really long time now. I'd like to see like a revenge arc from him, kind of where he like goes back after and he's like chasing after someone, and I don't think that person would be Kevin Owens. Could be, but yeah, I don't think it will be.
Yeah, so for me, I've been like kind of like thinking of how they can do this match. Obviously, you know how the Royal Rumble match is going to affect it because this is the one that the first times where we have one person as both champs, so you kind of know who that person's going to go after, which kind of makes me want to go for Kevin Owens because maybe later on, depending on that winner, he's going to be torn between, you know, if he's Sami Zayn, let's say, he has a really good relationship with Kevin Owens, but he also is in a faction with Roman Reigns right now. So, you know.
And also on Raw, Roman Reigns told Sami Zayn to be ready for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what that's about. If somehow he'll get involved and like it'll end in like some like weird like no DQ kind of thing, like, or not a no DQ. It'll end in a DQ somehow, or no telling. But he told him to be ready, so that's what kind of got me interested in that.
Yeah, but I think for this one, I'm going to kind of copy you on this one. I'm going to go Roman Reigns just to play it safe. But yeah, I think there's a higher chance for Owens winning than some people may think, just because, like I said, depending on the winner of the men's Royal Rumble, you can have really two good ways to have WrestleMania be booked. So yeah, I'm gonna go Roman. You're gonna go Roman, and yeah, on to our next match. So for our next match in the first Royal Rumble, we have the women's Royal Rumble match, and who do you have and why?
So obviously this is the hardest match to predict ever because there's so many people. There's going to be people returning, people that don't actually like are still in the business that are going to be there more than likely. So yeah, this is the hardest one to predict. But so I'm going to pick a couple of people and I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. So I think my first choice is going to be Becky Lynch just because she's like just kind of an easy choice. Everyone
Reliable.
loves her. Yeah, she's really reliable. I could definitely see her winning the belt at some point this year. So yeah, she's gonna be one. Then Rhea Ripley, and then my third choice is gonna be somebody from Damage Control. Just because it's three people, they can like kind of help each other out throughout the match and whatnot. But yeah, those are my three choices. I guess technically five because I picked three people in one. But yeah, those are kind of my picks and like where my mind's going with this.
Yeah, for me, I think you mentioned Damage Control. I think if they do that, I think our final four will be all three members of Damage Control and Becky Lynch, and they're gonna go back to how they did in 2009, where Becky Lynch, let's say for example, is our fourth person. They're gonna have Becky eliminate Io and Dakota, and then Bayley's gonna come back from behind and eliminate Becky and win the match. You could do that. I do like the pick of Rhea Ripley just because there's been a lot of rumors that she's a person that they want to see win. Another one I think for surprise entrance, I think is Asuka. I think we haven't seen her about a month, maybe more, maybe less. I don't know exactly. And I think she could have a good run in the Rumble. For other surprise entrances, they're not too many. I think we're gonna see kind of like how last year they called on a lot of like legends. We've seen people like Melina, Kelly, the Bella Twins, Mickey James, yeah. So this is why I love the Royal Rumble matches itself so much, is because you legit never know who can be in there. You can have, for all we know, we can see somebody from New Japan, we can see someone from AEW, Impact, all these different companies. And even with Triple H now, that's more possible than ever right now. With Triple H, or with Vince McMahon rather, you would have never really seen that. But yeah, I think for my picks, I'll just go with Rhea Ripley and Asuka for this, just because I think Rhea Ripley is kind of like a fan favorite to win, and Asuka for a surprise entrant to win.
Yeah, and Rhea Ripley, and I mean Judgment Day as a whole, they've been like on the upside a lot recently. And I think they do deserve like something more than they're getting now. And I think Rhea Ripley being champion could like kind of help all of that.
All right, so for our final match, we have the men's Royal Rumble match, and I think for most people, this is what I'm most excited for. Chad, who do you have and why?
All right, this one's tough, but at the same time, I think it's easier than the women's. I just have two choices I'm gonna go with for the men's, and my first one is gonna be Cody Rhodes. I mean, his return basically, and he ended on like on really good matches, obviously with Seth Rollins and everything with that. But yeah, I feel like he's like an easy choice that a lot of people are gonna go with. And then my next one is going to be actually Braun Strowman, because I don't think he's had like he's never even really been given a chance to become champion since he like kind of like got back into the ring and everything. So yeah, I think he's gonna be my choice. Yeah, those are my two choices.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot. This is like the first time, and like for as long as I can remember, where you have more than like two people that have like a real shot at winning the match. I do agree that Cody is one of them. I think if you told me that, if we go back 2 months ago, and you said that Cody wasn't the odds-on favorite to win, I'd be like, there's no way. Like, he's gonna win this. There's no way he's not gonna win. But now with the entire Bloodline storyline with Sami Zayn, he's my other pick. He could easily win this match. Maybe even Kevin Owens after he's done with the title match. He has with Roman. Maybe he just inserts himself in here. You also have people like Seth Rollins, who always could win because he's another guy like Becky Lynch, ironically enough, his wife, where they're reliable. They can always deliver in these big matches.
Even Drew McIntyre, I feel like he's another good choice because he's another like reliable person. He's also kind of came back from like a smaller injury. He's been gone for a little bit, came back recently. But yeah, even he's like a really good choice. If I had to pick a third choice, I think it would be him. Yeah,
even somebody like Gunther, I think we could see. Imagine him versus Roman. I think that'd be a crazy match, and maybe he become the double champ. But yeah, I think Cody and Sami's my like two pick just because they're easily going to be the safest. But for surprise entrance, who do you think could come back? Obviously, there's rumors about The Rock obviously come in. There's even been rumors that Stone Cold Steve Austin was pitched somewhere for a WrestleMania match with like Roman or Brock. But yeah,
if it's somebody who I'd like to see come and kind of just do like a one-off match, or maybe he does like a couple or something, honestly, it'd be CM Punk. I think that'd be really cool, especially with the way that like things ended between him and the WWE. Wasn't like on a good note, obviously. Yeah. So I think if he returns in like the Triple H era of it, I think it makes more sense than obviously if Vince McMahon was still running it. But yeah, I think that'd be like a really, really good pick, something that I would really enjoy.
Yeah, I think another like easy like surprise entry we're gonna see is Edge. I think that's one that he's been gone since Extreme Rules. Him and Beth Phoenix. I think Beth Phoenix will be another one for the women's Royal Rumble as well. I think that could be a surprise. There's been rumors about like, Jay White from New Japan coming over and maybe stirring it up. The only thing I can't see, as much as I would love to see an AEW WWE crossover, I don't think it's gonna happen now. At least I think there's too much of like a feud going on still between the two companies, obviously. But yeah, I think, and especially if Cody wins, that'd be like a big like rubbing salt on the wounds for AEW, the guy who one of the 5 guys who built the company from the ground up, goes on, wins the Royal Rumble in WWE, and so yeah, I think Cody and Sami are gonna be your 2 safe picks. But yeah, I'm excited for this, man. I'm like I said, this is one of my favorite pay-per-views throughout the entire year. I always look forward to the Rumble, and this entire week I was ready for the next day to get past so I can watch the Rumble by the time this video goes up, the day of. But yeah, I'm I'm definitely gonna be watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, Royal Rumble's always fun. Uh, Even whenever the surprises aren't that great, kind of like last year, like the last year's Royal Rumble, I feel like it was kind of one of the weaker ones in history.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this one should be like a very strong one.
Yeah, honestly, it's come to my mind. Another person who could see return is Logan Paul. That's another person who he's been really quiet about his injury. He came out and said that it wasn't an ACL and all that other stuff. It was just MCL, which obviously is so bad, but not as bad as we thought. So that's another guy we can definitely see. That kind of came to my brain. I just wanted to say it real quick, just in case. But yeah, also, I will be live streaming the event on this channel. So if you guys want to come watch along with us, you can. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Any closing thoughts before we end the video?
No, just yeah, y'all leave y'all's predictions in the comments below. Obviously, if you're watching it before it happens, and yeah, just kind of let us know what you think about our predictions as well.
Yeah, without much more to say, thank you guys for watching the video. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one.